welcome to this.
And that.
Hi, I'm Chris Bartlett of Skaters Landing TV. Today I'm going to be talking to you about your skating boots. So what's important about skating boots is the fit, the comfort, and the support. Why the fit? Because the fit is going to be so important to the way you perform inside your boot. A boot that fits you holds the foot securely over the top of the blade. So that skater, that body, and that alignment come together as one. The support of your skate is important, taking into consideration the fact of your weight, the intensity of your training, your level, and the frequency of skating. The comfort of your skate is going to come together best when the length, the width, and the volume of your foot are taken into consideration. For Skaters Landing TV, I'm Chris Bartlett. Thanks to Jenny, thanks to David for having me on the skating lesson today. Until next time, keep it on ice.
Hello and welcome to the skating lesson. I'm Jennifer Kirk.
And I'm Dave Leese, and today we're bringing you our show from Salt Lake City.
I can actually touch you. We have ears.
Jenny has real Barbie hair going on. This is amazing.
There are no earplugs. There are what are they called?
Earbuds.
Earbuds in our ears. We're actually like together in person. There's no split screen, so this is very exciting.
It's exciting, yes. So let's break this down because I got here first, and Jenny came driving up, and out of the car popped the white little dog and the professional lights and the suitcase just for shoes, and
right.
it was a lot.
I always travel with a lot, but it's very exciting. So then we got lost going to the arena.
And Jenny befriended a nice Mormon boy who helped us get.
Shout out to Nick.
Nick, we love you. We really do.
We really do. But we got to the rink, and I want to know first impressions. So this event is taking place at a practice arena. It's not at the big arenas that we usually see skating events at. What did you think about the arena?
It felt like we were at like the Ithaca College field house. Like it wasn't even good enough to be in the Ithaca College event center or stadium. And the University of Utah has tons of facilities. They have a really big gymnastics team that sells out 50. No, skating was we were basically like the intramurals team was practicing next door. There were guys in sweat socks walking by. It smells like chlorine.
I was gonna say the first thing is we walk into an ice skating rink and the first thing is, why does it smell like chlorine? There's a pool there. The entrance actually to the competitive arena, you have to walk through the rows of elliptical machines. You're just in the cardio.
Which is great, 2 for 1. We could go
get
there
a workout
early. Yes,
in,
absolutely.
so we feel skinny for the skating event. And
I can't picture Frank Carroll walking up to it and being like, "Where's the Kirk girl?
Where's the Hicks girl?
Where's the Hicks girl?"
It's not very...
I can't picture Evan there. Evan lived with Vera Wang. He can't be skating at an event like this.
It's a practice arena, and I think that's part of the reason why it's that. Second thing is, the credential section was booming, people! Booming! There were just press, journalists everywhere.
Here's the thing. Here's the problem with that. As opposed to the obvious, that's the side that the judges are on. And the skaters are trying to project. So when Max Aaron is trying to show that he now has personality, and he's going bam... There was no one there. It was like a vacuum. You see Lynn Rutherford up there, and that was it.
Well, and I think that's hard. I remember one year competing at Trophy La Ligue, and for the short program, they had one entire half of the arena was sectioned off, and as a skater, you want to play off the crowd, and I don't understand why they had to have the entire section. I know one was
There was a lot of media here, Jenny. Skating is very popular.
That is true. But before we jump into last night's events, I want to talk briefly about the U.S. ladies. We did manage to see some of their practice
we missed
session.
Meryl Davis' practice session because we got late. And if you wanted to know how upset...
But we made it because of Nick, so
we did. And then we made it up. We were stalking Ballet West afterwards. We went to eat, so it was okay. We heard that the free dance is fabulous. But anyway... So we watched the ladies practice.
Yes. Okay. All right, so let's start.
First impression of Gracie Gold. Let's talk about practice session attire. What is good practice session attire for an event like this?
Okay.
Where you're Olympic judges, trying to show that you're classy at skating. You have that Boston aristocratic chin going on.
Okay, so mid-90s, it was always the practice dress. If you wore those black pants, it was not okay. Somewhere between 2003 and 2004, Michelle Kwan made the black skating pants and a black top. Okay, which is fine. I have no problem with that if you have...
Makes everyone look thin.
Right,
like
all
it.
black.
Yes.
I think Courtney Hicks was in it.
You look classy.
Or not Courtney
Agnes.
Hicks. Agnes was in it. She looked great shape, nice biceps. Always noticed those. Looking very good.
Good Polish legs on her, too.
Yeah, but the thing is, with Gracie, she was wearing two-tone
She had the two-tone pants that were gray and like whitish, and she already has like the tacky skates with the swirls on them. And then she has like the neon yellow shirt, and it's very 5th grade, like first day, very Lisa Frank.
Yeah,
you know,
her hair looked great, but I think sometimes
like what is Frank Carroll going to do to her when she goes to him? Like I don't understand.
I think he will have her in all black. He was one of the coaches that put his foot down and said we need to do
I feel like when she goes there next week, he's going to be like, the gold girl, we need to talk about your practice attire. What is that?
That said,
they have a lot of work to get done.
They do. That said, how did you think her practice looked?
She jumped really well. I thought that she really, really jumped well. She looks to be in good shape, but I did notice that she stops her program through, and Frank is not going to handle that at all. You know, she did the first jump, she skated through the double axel, then she went for the triple loop, and then she kind of just skated around. And I always thought that Frank was one about really getting the program done. So if she's going there next week, you think that, you know, she needs to get with the program.
A lot of skaters do that, though, in practice sessions where they won't do the entire run through. They just want to do sections. I don't know why. She seems to be in really good shape physically, didn't miss any jumps during the practice. In person, her jumps, the ride in and the edge out, it's incredibly impressive.
Yes.
That said, you know, it is weird when skaters stop their programs like that because you want to see the full run through, but everybody has a different way of approaching it.
Well, how about Hicks? She was doing triple flip, triple toe the entire practice. And then she goes and she does one where she lands like this, and then she doesn't do the triple toe out of it, and then she skates over to the boards, stops, and is laughing at her own combination attempt for like a minute, and it's a short program run through.
Right.
I mean, Jenny.
Yeah, there's a level.
And she was in the hot pink, and it was just like not a cute look. It was.
I want to say hi. You know, the thing with her is she's incredibly consistent. I noticed that during practice that you talk about the flip toes, they were really strong before the run through. She does jump a lot with her arms. I think though that second mark, watching her up against these other 3 US ladies just side by side in a practice session, you really notice that second mark and the way that it drops
Especially
off.
when she's next to Cesario in a practice. Like that was the worst person to put Courtney
Talking about Cesario, new long program, she did the run through of Carmen. She was the first person to do
it was
her
a
program.
Fierce Carmen, but it was a little generic. You know, like she brings a little attitude like Sam does. Sam skates like a girl who knows that she's very attractive and popular.
She has that kind of like...
She walks around the arena like this, like she is a world champion before she ever did. Like she's at the Team USA jacket now. You just love it. And the Carmen, I mean, that double axel is so tilted. Jenny, it becomes a little scary, but she kept doing the triple loop, triple loop. It was like the spirit of Tara Lipinski was in the room, and I saw her do this at Liberty, and she's just going to do it 10,000 times until she does it a certain number of times in practice.
You know, it was good. We saw a clean one in the end. She does, it's kind of like, I would say 70-30 in terms of her rotation on her jump. She'll do 70% is better, and then 30% is still under-rotated. I like the Carmen. I think it fits her personality really well. She doesn't die at the end.
Disappointing.
Disappointing. There's a great section in her footwork, though, that I want you to look out for. She does this kind of like shoulder shake.
Jenny, she knows who she is.
She does, and you notice that she has this presence that even if she's on the ice with the Gracie, some of these other U.S. ladies, your eye is drawn to Sam because of just the way that she carries herself. Let's talk about Agnes, though.
I thought Agnes looked more in shape than we've seen her since she was at the junior world level. I mean, she really looks like, apparently she was the top lady at Champs Camp. She really did a great job there. We only saw her practice her short. She struggled with the triple toe. The Lutz was amazing. The triple toe, it looked like she could do it, but she was just struggling with the lid.
A lot of triple doubles. She was landing a lot of the first triple toe far forward, so she wasn't able to do that double toe, missed it in the run through, just splat on the triple toe. Lutz is huge. I like the program. I like the footwork. I think it fits her style really well, and she skated right back to back with Courtney Hicks, and that was one of the things that was most noticeable in terms of the seconds mark, that skating skills. It's like a senior lady compared to a junior lady, but Courtney, she has that consistency.
Well, let's talk about Courtney Hicks. I know that she is your personal Miki Ando, so let's break down your favorite aspects of Courtney's skating. What do you think of her spins, Jenny?
Okay, I think Courtney, again, I'm just going to reiterate the consistency. That's really her goal. But the camel, she has a little bit of what we saw with Max last season where the leg doesn't get to 90 degrees. No. I mean, these are the things that she needs to work on, the polish that she needs, particularly when if we see her run through, she's missing her triple. But I want to talk about Max, so let's get quickly into the pairs, and then we can go on to the men.
Okay, well the pairs, you know, they're all about even here. You know, they're very closely, there's 7 pairs here, about 6 of them are really neck and neck with each other. We started with Jag and Bartholomew, and they've been a very consistent team all along, and they're kind of that team that they really need to do their elements. They're not going to draw you in with their imagination. You know, it's funny because I think that their coach knows this, and because I think they were dating, or they are dating, there's a lot of like kissy action going on during the program, Jenny, and it was just, I mean, they're trying to be cute and sweet, and it was a little vomitorious. And they skate, the packaging is not great. They skate a little bit like regional champions. He fell on the side-by-side toe, she fell on the Lutz, and the program was a 49.73. I mean, it really shows that they need those elements.
Right.
Kane and O'Shea, what did you think of that?
I like, first of all, her dress is gorgeous. It's all black sheer, the sparkles.
She's got the red hair, but they put the
she
blonde
was
hair
channeling
with
a
red
little
lips.
bit of Sam Cesario in terms of like the way that
they
skate out. She was holding herself so well.
She's getting to James Bond, being like...
Nailed all the technical elements. One thing about the program, though, it loses, you kind of at the end, we talked about it a few weeks ago, the footwork sequences, they last
The pair's
really
footwork
long.
is the worst.
Yes, it goes on and on and on, and it's the last thing in the program, then they go into, I think it's a spin or death spiral. But if they were to switch it up so that the throw was after the footwork, it would keep you kind of, as an audience, you're watching them and you're excited and you can't wait for that throw to happen. Particularly now that they're getting the bonus for these elements in the second part of the program. Like to see that, but overall, a really strong skate.
Yeah, it had about the interest of a gymnastics floor routine, and then the last minute was just...
Yeah, you're just, okay.
Okay, they did the elements, and let's finish the program. Next.
But how about U.S. champions Castelli and Schnappier?
I mean...
Doing quad sows apparently in practice.
I mean, the throw quad sow was great in the competition, obviously. No quad. He fell on the side-by-side triple sow. He also doubled it in warm-up. He kept on messing up the jig, you know, I mean, but, you know, it was okay. So it starts out to Black Magic Woman, and like, they're setting a mood, and it was a little sexy, and you could, like, channel Sandra Bessick in the room being like, Lulu, look at this. Unfortunately, all of a sudden, there is an unnecessary and uncalled for music chosen to smooth, and like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Doesn't match at all.
The mood was just like, what? It was very upsetting, and we were sitting behind Ice Stand's parents, and they were like, what is that?
And I think the thing about them is, I mean, it's kind of been public that they have some friction in their relationship at times during practice. And you notice that, I think, sometimes when they go out to compete, there isn't that strong connection between them. What they're best known for is the tricks aspect, their speed, and you can see that command. But if there's a way, maybe therapy, if they went to like couples therapy, maybe that would help them. Yes. But I would like to see a little bit more.
They could, like, whatever Meryl and Charlie are doing to look like they're more into each other. They need to start doing that.
Well, they're going to probably be in a fight for that gold medal at Nationals with Katie Denny
and John Coughlin.
So what do you think about them?
You know, I still expect Denny and Coughlin to be the number 2 team. They are coming back from injury. I thought that they looked very solid. But here's the thing about their program. They start with this lift, and like, she's in his arms. And the music, it starts with Tosca, and it just blares. Like, Evan Lysacek wasn't here, but he was, okay? It just blared for 2 minutes and 40 seconds, all on one note. Bah! And here's the thing about Katie Denny is a fierce girl, Jay.
A lot of these pair girls are fierce.
They're a little scary.
Yeah.
They're a little scary. Like, here's the thing. I would really love it if, like, Katie Denny, maybe like Alexa Smeka, Megan Duhamel, and Kirsten Moore-Towers had a show. It could be on TV after that show where you and Tana swapped boyfriends and had to room together on tour.
So this sounds like the Real Housewives of Orange County. They all had the blonde hair and the dark eye makeup.
The red lip, yeah. Okay, so here's the thing about Katie Denny. Is that, like, this is a gritty girl. Like, she had no business landing that side-by-side triple toe. From where we were sitting, it was crooked, and that girl, like, landed it. And then, but she did have a hand down. She had a hand out on the throw. But I was impressed with her grit that she pulled it out, because we expect him, he had the injury, but she was a little off last night. I don't expect to see that again.
I think they'll come back in the long, but talking about grit, we have to talk about Kirsten Moore-Towers.
Kirsten Moore-Towers.
We're so excited. We're going to interview them tomorrow. We're really looking forward to it.
She's like my new spirit animal. She's like,
What's her nails? She had like
and
these
bedazzled, and yes.
She's
a scary girl. She will kill you with a smile on her face.
I could tell, the thing, you can tell that she was gonna nail. The second that they step on the ice, they're playing, you know, just the generic arena music, and she's like lip syncing, looking into the audience. She was on it. He had a bit of.
She wasn't intimidated by any of those pairs.
No, she came here to win. He had a little bit of a mishap on the side-by-side triple toe.
But it looked great in warm-up.
Looked great in warm-up. The thing about them, I want to ask you, how do you think their program compares to Megan and Eric's? We saw the short program a couple weeks ago.
If we were talking about Megan and Eric's last year, I think it's a little bit. I think Megan and Eric this year have a more mature program. I want to see them bring out Kirsten more. I don't feel like this team has a real identity. And Kirsten, you talk to her, she's such like a fiery girl.
She is.
They need to find a program that really showcases her. It needs to be all about her and just
Yeah, and when we talk about
It's
connection,
the footwork at the end, too.
yeah, there's these little moments, but
They're such band skaters, and the footwork, there's little piano music going on, but they don't really get delicate or, little...
there's no like connection
changing.
between.
Yeah.
I get it's a little bit sterile. Overall, though, really strong
Great
skate, much
elements.
better than we saw them at Skate Detroit.
And their elements are so strong that the quality levels are really going to be really great for that.
All right, so let's go into the men because this is
Yes.
very exciting. Max, Aaron, but we're going to start with fourth place. Brent Hochstein. So he was the replacement for Evan Lysacek. Love his fingers, as always.
Yes.
Looked very good. The men's attire was all about the black and the white.
Very black. They were very
Very
slimming.
Meryl.
Yes.
We like that. So Grant came out, did...
He looked great in warm-up. He did
Great
not
warm-up.
look like he was the ultimate at all for this
No.
event. He kept doing the quad. He had a little trouble with the quad in the hand down.
And another spot like we saw at Skate Detroit on the triple axel. He has a really weird takeoff, and I think we talked about it during our recap show after that, or when we were recapping that event. He kind of goes off on his heel. It gets really swingy. It was like one of those falls where he did a little 360 on the ice. Overall, though,
I thought his overall skating was probably the best of the men.
Mm-hmm. The
What
quality.
he can do on the ice, the quality, he has the Lady Caliph music that we love. He just looks so refined and really so musical, and I thought that he really stood out, and the crowd loved him, and I expect him to have a good long program.
I do too. And really, one of the surprise skates of the night, I would say, is Joshua Ferris. He's in
We had
third
no
place.
idea what to expect.
No.
He's been kind of, to put it politely, a hot mess all summer. But he has just had issues, the allergies, the injuries, so we
But
had...
it seemed to kind of start to come together. I was surprised to see such a strong quad from him.
Yes.
He did have a
much
turnout.
better than last year's quad.
Yeah, held on to the triple axel, triplets, double toe. Had a weird trip during his footwork, but thoughts about him, his chances for that Olympic team?
Well, the program is really great in the beginning, and he's showing more personality, which is something that we talked about him needing. Again, the program dies a little bit towards the end. These short programs are going a little
it's
long.
the footwork sequence. It's that 30...
It's too long.
30 seconds too long. Oh, I mean, 30 seconds overall, but it just seems like they're trying to hit all the levels.
For him, we need to get him a new costume, Jenny.
Damon Allen was out there.
He's wearing this...
Western. It was very Western.
It had nothing to do with the music, and it's just like sparkle jewels, looks like from a Western. I don't know, it was special, but we need to take up a fund. That can be one of our next missions, because he's a skater. He might be in the top 3 at nationals, and
He has the talent to do it. Surprise of the night, though, for me, and really the performance of the night was Stephen Carrier.
yes.
Really strong short program. Nailed that triple axel, which he'd been struggling with for years. Triple loop out of footwork, triple lutz, triple toe, hang on. And he was one who gave us some footwork face. We talked about
But he
him.
waited. He was Stephen Carrier is so focused when he's out there. Like, he does not look like he enjoys skating until those jumps are landed. And then it was Evan Lysacek was
But
here.
it wasn't quite Nobunario.
No.
It wasn't that quality, but there was a lot of like Evan head twirling,
Yes.
like very. But the passion.
Loved
was
it.
there. I loved it. I loved the
it.
program. I thought he looked
It was
really strong.
Scheherazade. It was very Evan, but it was great.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is likely going to be his last season. He's had so many ups and downs over the years, but for him to have a really strong season, I think it's such a great way for him to.
Yeah, he really looked great, but we were all waiting for Max
The
Aaron.
man of the night.
Yes.
My work ethic husband.
Yes, so Jenny, what did you think of it? First of all, let's talk about his body.
Okay.
Because you saw it up close at the hotel and whatnot.
Okay.
Talk
so
about
this-
Max
wait,
in the
first-
stretch pants.
Okay, first, this is not the actual outfit that he's going to be wearing.
No, he wanted us to know.
Yes,
and he
very
designed the long program. He said it's made out of the material of a sock for what he's wearing for Carmen, and it's black. But the short, he just got it in the mail. It's not his thing. Those are practice pants.
Well, I
He's
like
not
the
wearing-
man cleavage, first of all.
Yes.
The tightest, it was like sheer, so you could see every single, like, back muscle. That man has a very nice spot. Very nice, like,
Very
lower
nice to look
half.
at.
I feel like such, like, I was gonna say last night, I felt like a pedophile.
Jen, you're a cougar. Let's talk about it.
I'm a cougar. Okay, so warm up. It was quads out, quads out, quads out. I mean, back and forth. We thought he was going to do 2 in the program. When you
He's
actually
not, and his dad is mad that triple Lutz is still in the
Mr.
program.
Aaron is- he is
Mr.
quite a
Aaron is a
formidable
hockey
man.
man. Mr. Aaron, first of all, Jenny, we should have been born in that family. We would fit in so well. That family, they were like very
need to
driven.
adopt us.
Yes. Hi. So Mr. Aaron, he wants both quads in there. He likes when Max brings us
So
into it.
expect both quads, probably at
That-
Skate
it
America,
will.
at least nationals.
Yes.
The quad, though, that he did last night, put his hand down, but he is one of the only people who could grit out a triple toe after
Yeah, the hand was dirty. But look at his body. Of course he could.
course.
It was ridiculous.
Triple axel, huge. I mean, jumping over small children, as Scott Hamilton would
Enormous.
say.
The Lutz was easy.
Okay, but let's talk about the program though, the footwork. This was all the shimmy. Everybody's.
I thought it was an improvement from last year. I think anything would have been like kind of. I mean, he really put honest intention and effort into fixing himself artistically, and there was more to appreciate. I will say that. And he really sold it. He knew to sell it to the judges. He knew to sell it to the other crowd.
The thing is, though, I feel like he sold it physically, but his face, you could still see, and this happens a lot of times when you going out and debuting a program for the first time. I just feel like he could have drawn us in. The audience, we were loving it.
The audience was eating him up.
Yeah, hooting and hollering. And I just, if they could work on that last little like element, just 10% of that Nobu face, just adding that face, because his body's moving, the spins are better, the camel, it is back up to the 90 degrees. Overall, just really strong.
Overall, yeah, excited to see his Carmen though.
I know, I can't wait. Today is a full day of...
It's a full day. We are going to be exhausted, but we will let you know what's going on with all of the
We'll be live tweeting, and we're going to be on Facebook too, so it's putting up pictures, everything we can.
But we do have a special announcement for you. We've been working together with Skaters Landing to get you a good deal. Skaters Landing, they're an online retailer for figure skating equipment and apparel. They also have stores in the tri-state area around New York and Connecticut. But you guys, we are getting you a deal for 10% off of any stock boots or blades that are in there. Chris Bartlett is really being very generous with this, and he is very excited. He likes what we're doing at TSL, and he wants all of you to have the opportunity to get 10% off any of the stock boots or blades in there. So we hope you take it up. Yes, and we also, many people think that my co-host could be a beauty queen, but we do know one beauty queen in skating, Andrew Miller-Corda's sister.
Yes.
Kristen is in Miss America. She is Miss Maine. And we need to vote for her. We need to go to missamerica.org, go to the survey, and we need to vote for Kristen.
When is the actual broadcast? Is it Saturday night?
It's Sunday, but we need to get her these votes so she can be the audience's choice, because we need those skaters in Miss America. I think you'd all be great in there, Jenny.
Great. All right, so go vote, missamerica.org.
Yes, missamerica.org. We'll put up the links on the video and on Facebook, and please help her out. And as always, we want to remind you to hold an edge and get ready for Max Aaron.
We can't wait. Bye, guys.